9:15.
You get it by phone?
No, I don't have that. I book it online.
You see your phone over there? You have an appointment?
Yes, 9:15. I book it
How
online.
did you make it? You make it online?
Online, yes.
Like, can I see it?
I don't have a connection with
So
my
you
phone.
made it by phone. So tell them your phone number.
917. Yes.
What time is your appointment? What time is your appointment?
9:15. 917.
917.
238-6623 Gusardo. Thank you. Fine.
No, I'm listening to you too fast. There you go. Hi. Please fill that out and then I'll give you a signature, okay? Hi, next person, please have your reservations out. Fill this out.
Now serving LE013 at counter 12. Now serving WP003 at counter 32.
So you can get a standard ID without just some physical show.
Now serving RG019 at counter 8.
Get a handful of real life because you have to have a phone. Okay. So you can get a standard non-driver's. Well, you can get a learner's permit, but it's going to be a standard. Yes, perfect. Yes, you hold this, but I take that. And just listen to me, okay? Hi, I'm good. How are you? Oh. You have any reservation? What's the reservation? You have the barcode? Oh, the barcode. There you go. They're about to start walking soon. Hi, how you doing? Un poquito. ¿Qué necesita?
Miss Bell, come this way.
¿De permiso? Ok, so tú necesitas tomar el examen? ¿Sí? Ok, ¿tú completo de papel? No, tú necesitas
Now
completo
serving
application. Tú
WI002 at counter
pasaporte.
22.
Tú necesitas pasaporte, la prueba de nacimiento, la prueba de dirección, which is la prueba de dirección, and 4 más puntos. So, leer un lista and see what you have, okay? And then come back.
Yeah, gonna ask.
Tú necesitas 6 más puntos y documentos. And then tú necesitas la prueba de dirección y la prueba de nacimiento. So, pasaporte, sí, tu pasaporte is the nacimiento or licencia from your country. Yeah, let me see your licencia. Step to the side. Hi, do you have your application already filled out? Okay, stand online. Can you just stand online?
Counter 6.
Son I'm waiting for now, but
Now
that's another
serving
country license.
No, that's not that. Out of state.
006.
Hi, good morning. Yeah, I have an appointment at 9:15.
You have the reservation?
Yes.
Let me see
It's
it.
online. I don't have the
Okay, what's your
connection.
phone number, ma'am?
917-238-6623.
Hold on, 917.
238-6623.
Alrighty, do you have your application filled out?
No, I don't
Okay.
have application.
So, ma'am, you need to fill out this application for me.
Yeah.
Also, listen for your number, okay? Because they can call you anytime.
Thank you so
Hi,
much.
you have a reservation? Did you fill out your application?
One, like we have one.
Now serving star G 020 counter 5.
Come back to me and I'll give you your signature.
Now serving W 5002 counter 22.
No, I'm saying like not yet, not yet.
Now serving WL010 at counter 1. Now serving WI002 at counter 22.
No, this is not it. Go to window 13. Can you fill out a Chinese application for me, please, Lauren? Mandarin?
Now serving
Ma'am, you have to wait all
RG021 at counter 22.
Okay, you're gonna go to window 13 to get the Mandarin application. Okay? Yeah, 13.
Now serving
Can you guys have your reservations out?
RG026
Applications out, please.
at counter 2.
Please have your reservation and your applications out. Sir? Senor? You filled out an application? What are you here to do today? ¿Qué necesita aquí? Okay. Espera un segundo. Next person, you have your application filled out? You did this? Okay, so you fill this out, okay? Ya que no me decía, no, pero okay. Espera un segundo. Oh, well, thank you. Okay. Thank you for showing me the application. Fine, do you have an application filled out? No. What do you need to do? Okay, so tú necesitas la prueba de adicción, ¿sí?
Sí, ya yo la.
Okay. You have reservation? Hi, good morning. Please make sure your reservations is open. And make sure your applications is available.
Now serving RG022 at counter 20.
You have your change of names after?
Excuse me, ma'am. I need a renewal form. Is this the renewal?
Yes,
form?
you can use that.
Thank you.
Please have your reservations out and your forms out. Espera un momento. have your reservations out, barcodes out, applications out. Please have your reservations out.
Now serving WQ009 at counter 10.
Next.
Anyone else for registration?
Anyone doing registration, registering a car?
No one for registration? Yes, no?
No, tú necesitas reservation. Okay, so find, look. Yeah, if you're registering a car. So you're gonna go to her. So you're gonna wait for the license first, and you're gonna ignore that until you get to that. Okay. He's looking for his reservation. He has to.
You know the system is down. System is down right now. So around the varsity, you can't take photos. So you gotta let us know before they do.
Okay, so right now our system is down, so we cannot take photos. So if you are here to get a new ID, a permit, or a reciprocity, or transferring your license, we cannot issue you a license at the moment our system is down. You're more than welcome to wait. We do not know how long it will take for the system to come back up. Is everybody okay with that? Alrighty, just have a seat and wait for assistance to come back, okay? You need an application.
Now serving LP007 at counter 24.
So where is the part where, okay, they gave you a confirmation number.
Now serving RG025 at counter 9. Now serving RG018 at counter 22.
This is crazy. That's how you start on Monday.
Now serving
I got his.
LE012 at counter 16.
If you only have this one, you don't have to fill this out. Hi. Español?
Now serving LE012 at counter 16.
No, you're doing registration.
Now serving CP003 at counter 30.
For the live.
59? 19?
Like, can I check in on here?
Sure, do you have your application of
Now serving W010 counter 27. Now serving RG018 at counter 22. Now serving RG018 at counter 22.
Unless you want to come early in the morning. If you come early in the morning, you could do walk-ins. Stand right here, Teresa. Stand right here. Okay? 7:30
You need
we
to
open.
surrender your plates?
Okay?
So what did you do?
want me to come back or you want me to wait?
Yeah, so you're gonna wait for that number, and you're
I
gonna do
don't, and I
everything.
can't guarantee anything, so.
Right.
It's up to
So
you,
right
okay?
now, our system is down. We do not know how long it's gonna take to come back up. We are sitting here.
This a name, no
It's a matter of how long
it's okay. Yeah.
Okay, no, I just wanna make sure so that you understand it's up to you. What are you here to do today? Non-driver ID, driving ID, or registration? Okay, so you're gonna fill this out, and can I see your reservation?
It's a middle name.
Now serving RG023 at counter 22.
Also for us to be notified when this system is like that.
you'll just hear your numbers being called.
What is being
I mean, if we need to go like something else.
Oh, yeah, just let me know. But like, you mean like if you need to leave and come back, so we would be able to give you a pass until 4:30, but that's about it. But that doesn't guarantee that when you come back, that's it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, kind of whenever it happens.
Now serving RG023 at counter 22. Now serving CP004 at counter 30. Now serving RG023 at counter 22. Now serving CP003 at counter 12. Now serving WL010 at counter 25. Now serving RG023 at counter 22. Now serving CP004 at counter 30.
Can we go together? No. Okay.
Not gonna be serviced together. Okay. So like, y'all can go stand next to each other, sure, more than welcome.
Now serving
When his number or your number get called, you have to go get
RG024
it.
at counter 22. Now serving CP003 at counter 12. Now serving WL010 at counter 25.
Window 13. So I was just saying, taking up more than so late. Okay. But we wanna let you know how long that would be. Yeah, this is by la sister Monica,
Now serving CP003 at counter 12. Now serving WL010 at counter 25.
Absolutely. Do you start seeing the numbers go?
So yeah, my address is different from that address.
Now serving L011 at counter 27. Now serving CP003 at counter 12. Now serving WL011 at counter 25. Now serving K0013 at counter 15. Now serving WL011 at counter 25. Now serving CP004 at counter 12. Now serving WL009 at counter 30. Now serving WL010 at counter 25. Now serving WL011 at counter 25. 006 at counter 23.
Ashley, you called me?
Now serving CP004 at counter 12. Now serving WL011 at counter 25.
Okay. So what do I got to control of this? Yeah, but I'm like so stupid when it comes to this. The way that he checked me out like 6 times downstairs. I said, I swear to God. I swear to God. You think I was trying to get into like a big concert or something, like a garden, you
Now
know?
serving
917.
C004 at counter 12. Now serving CP004 at counter 12. Now serving WS003 at counter 23. Now serving WS003 at counter 23. Now serving LP008 at counter 27. Now serving WS003 at counter 23. Now serving LP009 at counter 25. Now serving WS003 at counter 23. Now serving WL011 at counter 29. Now serving LN006 at counter 28. Now serving K0013 at counter 15.
Alright, so right now our system is down with taking photos and processing. So you guys are more than welcome to wait. You do have a lot of people to wait. You do not know how long the process is going to take.
Now serving
It is statewide, so it's
L013 at counter 23.
check in, and as the numbers flow, you'll find out how long it's going to take.
Now serving LU004 at counter 27.
This is the same for you, sir. You'll be waiting.
Now serving DP007 at counter 28.
You already fill out your application?
Now serving LE013 at counter 23.
You're gonna sign this?
Now serving WL009 at
Okay, have
counter
a seat right for your
32.
number, okay? This is the number, sir.
Now serving WL009 at counter 16. Now serving WL010 at counter 30.
You're just filling out all that
Now
information.
serving LU004 at counter 27.
They'll give you a print application.
Now serving LE013 at counter 23. Now serving LE013 at counter 23.
They just got back when they called it, right?
LE010 at counter 25. Now serving CP 002 at counter 32.
Behind reservations, please. You have your application?
Now serving WL012 at counter 27. Now serving LU004 at counter 23. Now serving WL009 at counter 16. Now serving WL009 at counter 16.
Again, it is a little waiting.
Now serving LU004 at counter 23. Now serving WL009 at counter 16. Now serving WL009 at counter 16. Now serving LU004 at counter 23. Now serving WL013 at counter 25. Now serving WL013 at counter 25. Now serving LU004 at counter 23.
Any guests for registration?
Now serving WQ005 at counter 19.
Make sure y'all listen for your numbers. Yeah, so it's gonna, you'll know how fast the numbers start being called.
Now serving DP006 at counter 16. Now serving DP006 at counter 16. Now serving WQ005 at counter 19.
I don't know. It could be 1 hour, 2 hours. I do not know.
Now serving WL010 at counter 31. Now serving DP006 at counter 16. Now serving WR003 at counter 4. Now serving WL010 at counter 31. Now serving DP005 at counter 23. Now serving DP006 at counter 16. Now serving WL010 at counter 31. Now serving DP005 at counter 23. Now serving LR003 at counter 5. Now serving WL010 at counter 31.
This is for you.
Now serving WL014 at counter 26.
No, sir.
Now serving LP012 at counter 25. Now serving LR004 at counter 27. Now serving DP005 at counter 23. Now serving DP005 at counter 23. Now serving WL014 at counter 26. Now serving WL014 at counter 26. Now serving WL015 at counter 16. Now serving WL015 at counter 16. Now serving RG020 at counter 11. Now serving WQ007 at counter 27. Now serving LI002 at counter 23. Now serving LR004 at counter 12. Now serving RG020 at counter 11. Now serving WQ008 at counter 26. Now serving LI002 at counter 23. Now serving RG020 at counter 11. Now serving LR005 at counter 25. Now serving LP008 at counter 32. Now serving RG020 at counter 11. Now serving LR005 at counter 25. Now serving WQ008 at counter 26. Now serving RG027 at counter 5. Now serving RG027 at counter 5. Now serving WQ008 at counter 26. Now serving WQ008 at counter 26. Now serving LR003 at counter 25. Now serving WL016 at counter 16. Now serving LP013 at counter 27. Now serving WN006 at counter 26. Now serving LR003 at counter 25. Now serving WF008 at counter 14. Now serving LR003 at counter 25. Now serving RG025 at counter 6. Now serving WL016 at counter 16. Now serving LR003 at counter 25. Now serving LP013 at counter 27. Now serving LR005 at counter 14. Now serving RG025 at counter 6. Now serving WQ007 at counter 5. Now serving LE014 at counter 16. Now serving RG 025 at counter 6. Now serving WL016 at counter 25. Now serving WQ007 at counter 5. Now serving WL016 at counter 25. Now serving LA002 at counter 6. Now serving LP009 at counter 32. Now serving WL016 at counter 25. Now serving DP008 at counter 26. Now serving RG028 at counter 11. Now serving WL016 at counter 25. Now serving LE014 at counter 16. Now serving WL017 at counter 27. Now serving DP008 at counter 26. Now serving WL011 at counter 29. Now serving DP006 at counter 19. Now serving WL011 at counter 29. Now serving LE016 at counter 27. Now serving LN007 at counter 25. Now serving WN007 at counter 26. Now serving WL011 at counter 29. Now serving LN007 at counter 25. Now serving LN007 at counter 25. Now serving LN007 at counter 25. Now serving RG029 at counter 6. Now serving WL011 at counter 29. Now serving LN008 at counter 26. Now serving LE017 at counter 25. Now serving DP006 at counter 19. Now serving RG029 at counter 6. Now serving RG029 at counter 6. Now serving WN006 at counter 19. Now serving LP008 at counter 29. Now serving LN009 at counter 26. Now serving DP008 at counter 22. Now serving LN005 at counter 17. Now serving WN006 at counter 19. Now serving WP003 at counter 32. Now serving WN007 at counter 2. Now serving WN007 at counter 2. Now serving WF008 at counter 13. Now serving LP008 at counter 29. Now serving LP008 at counter 29. Now serving LP014 at counter 27. Now serving WF008 at counter 13. Now serving LE017 at counter 25. Now serving LE017 at counter 25. Now serving LP008 at counter 29. Now serving LE017 at counter 25. Now serving LP014 at counter 27. Now serving DP007 at counter 25. Now serving WL004 at counter 29. Now serving WF008 at counter 13. Now serving LE019 at counter 26. Now serving WF008 at counter 13. Now serving DP007 at counter 25. Now serving WL004 at counter 29. Now serving LR005 at counter 22. Now serving DP007 at counter 25. Now serving LE016 at counter 28. Now serving LR006 at counter 26. Now serving DP009 at counter 24. Now serving LP008 at counter 32. Now serving LP016 at counter 28. Now serving WL004 at counter 29. Now serving DP007 at counter 25.
Yeah. Here's the passport, and I also have a green card if you need.
Now serving WL004 at counter 29.
Okay, thank you. And
Now serving LR005 at counter 22. Now serving DP010 at counter 26. Now serving LP009 at counter 29. Now serving DP011 at counter 25. Now serving L005 at counter 22. Now serving LP015 at counter 26.
Alright, you got it back up.
Where's the registry?
Now serving WN008 at counter 25. Now serving RG026 at counter 6. Now serving WS005 at counter 11. Now serving LR007 at counter 27. Now serving LP016 at counter 26. Now serving WN008 at counter 25. Now serving LP017 at counter 25. Now serving LP018 at counter 24.
Line number 12, the last one? ESHBOKUNDR.
It's here on the count of 3, 1, 2, and 3.
Now serving LN010 at counter 24. Now serving RG026 at counter 6. Now serving LN011 at counter 26. Now serving RG026 at counter 6. Now serving LU005 at counter 25. Now serving LC001 at counter 27. Now serving RG030 at counter 6. Now serving RG030 at counter 6. Now serving LN012 at counter 26. Now serving LP008 at counter 18. Now serving LP020 at counter 24. Now serving LN013 at counter 27. Now serving WQ007 at counter 21. Now serving RG031 at counter 6. Now serving LP019 at counter 24. Now serving LP021 at counter 25. Now serving WQ007 at counter 21. Now serving LP019 at counter 24. Now serving LR008 at counter 25. Now serving LN008 at counter 3. Now serving LE017 at counter 3. Now serving LE019 at counter 24. Now serving LN009 at counter 8. Now serving LP009 at counter 32. Now serving LP020 at counter 27. Now serving WQ007 at counter 21. Now serving WF009 at counter 13. Now serving LP019 at counter 24. Now serving LN014 at counter 24. Now serving LN015 at counter 25. Now serving LN015 at counter 25. Now serving LN016 at counter 24. Now serving LN017 at counter 25. Now serving K0006 at counter 21. Now serving WF010 at counter 13. Now serving WF011 at counter 13. Now serving LU006 at counter 24.
You should be sitting down there. You should be sitting down there. You could be looking for your number. Come on, you need to sit over here.
Now serving L-N-018 at counter 24. Now serving L-P-007 at counter 15. Now serving L-P-007 at counter 15. Now serving L-P-007 at counter 15. Now serving D-P-008 at counter 30. Now serving L-P-007 at counter 15. Now serving L-N-018 at counter 24. Now serving L-N-018 at counter 24. Now serving L-P-009 at counter 19. Now serving L-N-018 at counter 24. Now serving RG032 at counter 20. Now serving WF012 at counter 13. Now serving DP008 at counter 24.
I didn't sign it because I didn't know if I had to do it in front of you or not. I want to make sure I didn't do it too soon, because there's a lot of rules around here, a lot of rules and regulations. So cross your T's, dot your I's. Everything except over here.
Now serving LP021 at counter 27. Now serving LP022 at counter 24.
Let's put up coffee for you. You're a nice guy. Happy with you. You don't want to be not asking them. I'll take it. I'll take it. Just keep my record. Yeah.
Now
I guess if I
serving
ever needed it.
LP022 at counter 24.
What do you mean? No, she changed it, but I was going through the radiation, so To give you a little verse like, sorry.
Now serving L E 016 at counter 32. Now serving L E 023 at counter 24. Now serving L N 005 at counter 15. Now serving L E 017 at counter 32. Now serving L N 005 at counter 15. Now serving L E 014 at counter 3. Now serving L N 005 at counter 15. Now serving D E 008 counter 13. Now serving L N 005 at counter 15. Now serving L E 019 at counter 15. Now serving L E 019 at counter 15. Now serving L E 014 at counter 3. Now serving L E 007 at counter 24. Now serving L E 019 at counter 15. Now serving L E 019 at counter 15. Now serving C E 005 at counter 29. Now serving L 017 counter 3. Now serving L N 012 at counter 32. Now serving L R 006 at counter 3. Now serving D P 009 at counter 16. Now serving C P 005 at counter 29. Now serving L N 019 at counter 24. Now serving R G 033 at counter 20. Now serving L E 022 at counter 25. Now serving L E 022 at counter 25. Now serving C P 005 at counter 29. Now serving D L 001 at counter 24. Now serving D P 010 at counter 3. Now serving L U 008 at counter 25. Now serving D P 010 at counter 3. Now serving C P 005 at counter 29. Now serving W L 018 at counter 24. Now serving DP011 at counter 29. Now serving LU008 at counter 25. Now serving WL012 at counter 32. Now serving LI006 at counter 10. Now serving LN020 at counter 24.
That's my wife. I have her ID on my phone. And if we just have to retire, that's fine. Okay.
Now serving LP007 at counter 32. Now serving LP007 at counter 8. Now serving LP024 at counter 27. Now serving LP025 at counter 24. Now serving WL017 at counter 32. Now serving L8023 at counter 26. Now serving LP007 at counter 8. Now serving LP026 at counter 24. Now serving LP027 at counter 25. Now serving K0014 at counter 14. Now serving LP027 at counter 25. Now serving K0014 at counter 14. Now serving LN021 at counter 26. Now serving LP027 at counter 25. Now serving K0014 at counter 14. Now serving LN021 at counter 26. Now serving LU005 at counter 6. Now serving K0014 at counter 14. Now serving WL019 at counter 24. Now serving LP027 at counter 25. Now serving LN011 at counter 32. Now serving LN022 at counter 25. Now serving WL019 at counter 24. Now serving LN023 at counter 27. Now serving LP022 at counter 32. Now serving WN008 at counter 2. Now serving WL019 at counter 24. Now serving LP028 at counter 27. Now serving WN008 at counter 2. Now serving WN008 at counter 2. Now serving LN024 at counter 25. Now serving WN008 at counter 2. Now serving LP028 at counter 27. Now serving LN010 at counter 2. Now serving DP012 at counter 25. Now serving WL019 at counter 24. Now serving LP021 at counter 32. Now serving LN010 at counter 2. Now serving DL001 at counter 9. Now serving LN025 at counter 24. Now serving LP017 at counter 32. Now serving LR007 at counter 15. Now serving LN026 at counter 26. Now serving LP029 at counter 27. Now serving LN027 at counter 24. Now serving LP029 at counter 27.
Renew my driving license.
Now serving LP017 at counter 12.
Yes. What is
Now serving LN028 at counter 25. Now serving DP013 at counter 26. Now serving 0015 at counter 14.
Upgrading to the real, the one with the star.
Can I?
Now serving
What is the difference?
L009 at counter 25.
I make you a citizen.
Now serving
I'm a permanent employee.
WL020 at counter 27. Now serving LN029
No, only
at
passport.
counter 24. Now serving DP013 at counter 26.
Yes.
Now
Yes.
serving
Yes, so
DP013 at counter 26.
yes. So do I need to go to the first step? So I don't need to go to the first procedure, like going first.
Now serving DP013 at counter 26.
What's so special
Now
with the other
serving
part?
DP014 at counter 24. Now serving WL012 at counter 32. Now serving LN030 at counter 25.
Yes.
Now
Thank you so
serving
much.
WN009
Yes.
at counter
Okay.
26.
So anytime this week is okay? Oh, okay.
Now serving
Before 4:30. Thank you.
WL012 at counter 3. Now serving DP015 at counter 24. Now serving LP021 at counter 29.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. No. Yes. Yes.
Now serving
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yes.
LN030 at counter 25.
Okay. Thank you.
Now serving
Right. Thank you.
LN011 at counter 21. Now serving LC001 at counter 15. Now serving LE020 at counter 16.